Hello everyone, I'm Vidbajza. I'm a programmer in lexical computing, and today I'm going to show you our tool Sketch Engine and how you as translators and terminologists could use this tool and related tools. So to start, I will show you an outline what I'm going to talk about today. First, I will introduce you to our main tool, the main software we are developing, and it's called Sketch Engine. Then I will show you and do a short demos of terminology extraction, which is possible with Sketch Engine. Then I will show you also a bilingual terminology extraction, which was developed quite recently, and terminology checking tool. All of these are, or we think that they could be very helpful for you in a terminology process or management and within a translation process. I will also mention a few multilingual resources like your Eurolex, DGT, translation memory, and others which are accessible in Sketch Engine. Don't hesitate to pose questions to me during the talk, during the webinar. We have plenty of time, so you can interrupt me and ask whatever you are interested in. So that's the outline. Sketch Engine is our flagship. It's a software tool developed by Lexical Computing Ltd. Lexical Computing is a small company from Czech Republic. We are a small team of a few programmers with a background in informatics and natural language processing. And the Sketch Engine itself is used mainly by lexicographers to build dictionaries, but I will mention it later. To describe the Sketch Engine in general, it could be described as a big data management tool, and it's cloud-based because it's a web service. You don't need to install anything on your computer if you want to use the Sketch Engine. You just need to open your browser, and that's it. It could be also described as a platform for building and browsing textual data. We call text data, the text collections, corpora, corpus, and corpora in plural. But I will try to avoid this term as much as possible. Sketch Engine includes also tools for processing many languages, not just English and a few European languages, but also other world languages like Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Arabic, and the others. Sketch Engine, I mentioned it already, is used in lexicography. 4 of 5 biggest dictionary publishers in United Kingdom, for example, OUP, Oxford University Press, Cambridge University Press, Macmillan, and so on, are using the Sketch Engine for preparing their dictionaries. It's a key tool for them when they are preparing the dictionaries, and they are adding new words, new collocations, and basically a new general information in their dictionaries. Sketch Engine is also used for language learning and for teaching. Here I have two links which are related to language learning. The first one is a simplified interface for full text search in large English corpus, and it's intended for language learners. You may query the corpus and instantly you see short sentences, examples of usage of the specific query. So on this address I can share you, I can send you the address later, so you can play with this tool. It's for free. And the second link is a link to a book about using the sketch engine for language learning. It's quite new book by James Thomas. So if you are interested in language learning and the related stuff, you can look at these links. In general, because the sketch engine is a tool for processing text data, for searching and statistical analysis of text data, it's used by linguists to analyze language phenomena. And the last point here is the use for terminology and translation. It's here because we believe that the sketch engine can be useful, and it's in fact used by some institutions which are dealing with terminology management and translation. I will mention it later. So to start with presenting or describing sketch engine, I will just mention a few features which might be of some interest for you, but later I will focus on the features for terminology and for translation. So the first or basic feature of the sketch engine is a full text search. Here on this screenshot you may see a result for search for word color, and as you can see there are texts which contain the query in all word forms, because many of our text data for many languages are processed with part of speech, so it's not just word forms. We can work with lemmas and part of speech information. Here is an example of that. You query, you search for one word, but you will see in the results, you will see all the word forms. I said before that sketch engine is used for statistic analysis. So what you can do with the text in sketch engine is to extract some word list, the most frequent words, trigrams, character trigrams, frequent morphological text, and so on. These are probably useful more for lexicographers and linguists, not for terminologists and translators, but that's just to show what the sketch engine can do. And probably the most important function for lexicographers who are using sketch engine is a word sketch, so-called word sketch, which is basically one-page summary of a collocational behavior of a given word or phrase. Here you can see I had tables with collocations, the most salient collocations for the head word goal, split into several tables according to grammar relation in which they occur. So, for example, the headword goal is usually an object of these English verbs: score, goal, achieve, goal, accomplish, goal, and so on. From this table, from the word sketch result, you can go to the text to see how this pair, collocation pair, in this case goal and achieve, is used in real texts, in real language. You can use the information from word sketches, so basically the lists of most salient collocations, to compare two words, two headwords, according their collocational behavior. Here in this picture, I hope that you can see it, and it's not too small. Here we are comparing two words, clever and intelligent. What is read in this picture is more related to intelligent. So, for example, here are some words which occur in a coordination with intelligent. You usually say or find in text perceptive and intelligent, literate and intelligent, and so on. What is green is related more to clever. So, for example, here from this bottom part of the table, you can see that awfully clever and terribly clever is usually together. You cannot, or usually don't say terribly intelligent or awfully intelligent. What you say is emotionally intelligent, fiercely intelligent, maybe culturally intelligent, and so on. What is white is related to both clever and intelligent in the same way. So these are usable with both, two of them, both of them. And similarly, as for difference, word sketch difference, the collocations can be used to find a similar word. Again, using similarity of collocation behavior. So these, all these words are sharing significant amount of collocation. They occur in similar contexts. They are not synonyms. Some of them might be, but not all of them. The similarity here is something more general than the synonymy. And also one feature of Sketch Engine is used for time analysis or diachronic analysis of the text data. Once you have information, usually for a document, once you have a date or year or some time information, you can then generate trends if words are becoming used more or less. So using this feature, you can find the trending words in your data. I believe what is more could be more useful for you are multilingual features in Sketch Engine. When you want to work with multilingual features, you need parallel corpora. You need the texts which are translated and aligned on sentence or paragraph or document level. Usually the sentence alignment is the best one. This is awfully small, but I will show you an example in a minute. What can be done, for example, for a given parallel corpus. Here we are using opus 2. You can specify a query, a search word. Here we have a key in English. In the German part of the corpus, we specified a Schließe. Sorry for my German, I don't speak German. And for French, the translation is clé. Again, sorry for my French, I don't speak French. And the sketch engine allows you to browse the parallel parts, the aligned sentences at the same time, this way. So my first demo will be to show you a parallel full text search in sketch engine. So you can see how the system works. I won't go with you through the registration process and so on. You don't have time for this. You can do it on your own. If you have any problems during the process, just let me know. Send me an email, and I will help you with that. It should be quite straightforward. So here we can see a list of all parallel data, parallel text in many languages. And I want to show you parallel search for the mentioned corpus, Opus 2, which is one of the largest publicly available text, which is aligned for contains many languages. Here I want to show you English part. So yes, so in the screenshot we had key, Schließe, clé. Here I will query the data for adjective nuclear and its translation nuclear or something like that. Sorry for my pronunciation. Nuclear, something like that. Make concordance. Concordance is the full text search. It's a special term for that. Here you can see all occurrences of these words. Again, all word forms with uppercase N. Here you don't see other word forms like plurals. It's not so usual in English for adjective. And on the right side we see the aligned sentences containing the translation I've put into the form nuclear, and other word forms here, plurals, and maybe some other gender variants of the adjective. And you can navigate through 100,000 of occurrences of these two adjectives within the corpus English-French language pair. So quite a lot of examples. Another example of multilingual feature is the word sketch. I've shown you before, but word sketch combined for two languages. Here we see English headword house and its tables for grammar relations, here objects, so what can be combined, which verbs usually take house as object, build a house, buy a house, rent a house. Of course, because all the process, all the analysis is automatic. It's not completely flawless. Sometimes you might see errors which are obvious. For example, terrace, house, it's not a verb. Combined with house, it's probably rather adjective, but I'm not a linguist. And the multilinguality here is the combination with German table of some grammar relation for head word house, which is translation of the English word. And here there should be again verbs, German verbs, which are connected to the German head word house. So you can compare how these two head words behave, how is their collocation behavior. Might be useful for finding a proper translation of a given collocate. So now I want to show you how to put your own data, text data, documents, how to upload them to Sketch Engine and work with them as I shown, to do a full text search, generate word sketches, and so on. So another demo will be in the demo I will show you how to upload new files, how to create your own text collection, how to process it, and apply all the features of Sketch Engine to your data. So this demo is uploading your data. Again, in Sketch Engine, we will go to home page, and here in the left panel you can create a corpus. Again, corpus is equivalent to a text collection. So we will select, we'll choose a name for this. So I will show you this. Okay. I've downloaded several articles from Wikipedia, from a Spanish version of Wikipedia, to show you that we are able to process also other languages. So as the key test, here we select Spanish language because we know in this step that we will create text collection in Spanish language. And here you can choose. Yes, here I have prepared some web pages from. These are Wikipedia articles downloaded from Wikipedia, just some random articles. So I will upload my first file into my collection with name swiki test. Here you can see a preview of the text. So the system will process the HTML, will remove all the boilerplate images and so on, to extract only a plain text. Here you can see that the file was uploaded, and it contains roughly 10,000 words. Tokens are more general, and they contain or include also punctuation and numbers and other parts of the plain text. So I can add another file, Danubio. Again, I don't speak Spanish, I know just a few words, so I just click or generated random articles on Spanish Wikipedia, Vienna. So article about Austrian capital, and last one. Okay, let's wait. And the last one will be about some man. I don't know him. Okay. And now in our collection there are 4 files, and to start working with them I need to compile the corpus. So the system will process all the data, texture data, and process it with part of speech tagging. So it will generate basic forms of Spanish words. It will add part of speech information, and it also extracts all the word sketches and similar words and other and do other syntactic analysis. So now the collection is ready, so we can look at it. We can concordance, which is the full text search, and for example, ciudad is a Spanish word, I know. And there are 48 ciudad basic forms. You see here also the plural probably in this collection. So you can browse the collection and look at the examples, the occurrences. You can work with this search further. You can sort the results. You can make a sample of all the results, but this corpus, this collection is quite small, so you don't need to do a samples. You can filter it by words on the left, on the right. You can generate collocations for this particular query, and so on. But I won't show you these features. You can try them on your own with the account within the license, special license I've prepared for you. So that was a demo how to upload your own data, documents, not just HTML, but also PDF and documents from Word or plain text files. All these are supported. Second way how to build your collection is to let the sketch engine find the text on the internet based on your keywords. So let's say you want to build a text collection within or for a given domain, specific domain. What you need is a list of a few terms from the domain, special terminology for the domain, and the rest will be done by sketch engine. Now I will show you an example of how to create such domain-specific corpus. So we go back to the sketch engine, and here there is a link web bootcat, which is exactly the feature for this. Web bootcat is just a name for the process of creating your text collection based on keywords. So let's start. Let's try build English text collection for classical music domain, because I know some terms, some terminology from classical music and musical theory. So I will try to build such a text collection. I will explain you how it works. So first we need to choose corpus names. So and music is enough, and I know already that it will be in English. We will use seed words, the key, the terminology, and here you just need to specify to write down a list of specific terms. So I will put some special terms which occur on web pages, in documents which are related to classical music, to musical theory, and so on. So, for example, fugue, or some instruments, piano, organ, flute, harpsichord. We may also input some multi-word expressions. So, for example, some Wolfgang, Mozart, or Johann Sebastian Bach, and concert, and what arrangement, for example. That's enough. And now the system will prepare, based on these seed words, will prepare queries for web search engine, and will ask the web search engine for a list of the most relevant web pages, and then it will download these web pages. So the first step is to generate some random combinations of these keywords, generate queries for a web search engine. We are using Bing, but you can imagine Google search to be used for that. And here we have a list of the most relevant web pages which were generated by the web search. Here you can see, in this case, Johann Sebastian Bach plus arrangement and harpsichord was combined, and these 7 web pages were returned. So we are going to download all of them, and we will see a progress of the procedure. So now all those URLs are fetched from internet. Some of them might not work, some of them will yield no interesting text data, so they will be skipped, but all the others with some text will be downloaded, processed in the same way as in the demo before, when we were using the Spanish articles from Wikipedia. It will be processed and downloaded to your profile, user profile, and English text collection will be created based on these files. You see that 16 web pages were downloaded and transformed properly. 21 files were skipped because of some problems, because they could have not been retrieved, or they didn't contain a sufficient amount of text data. So we will wait for a second. You see all the web page which were downloaded, which were processed, and the result, how many characters per URL were used. Why we are doing this? When you prepare domain-specific corpus, you can extract a terminology from that. I will show it later. So it's ready. So you see these files were used. Now you just need again to compile the data. Everything is by default. So you just compile the corpus, and the word sketches and similar words will be created automatically. So you can then open the corpus and look at the concordance, for example. Okay, what about prelude? It wasn't included in the keywords, but there are 80 occurrences of prelude in the downloaded text. You can look at word lists and see what are the most frequent words. So obviously, of course, the most frequent English word the, and Bach, harpsichord, organ, instrument, concert, and so on and so forth are also quite frequent in this text collection. Okay. I've said that Sketch Engine supports several or many languages. Here you can see roughly how large are our text collections for a given language. So of course English texts are abundant and on internet, so we have quite a lot of data, more tens of billions of words for English, but also for Russian, French, Japanese, German, and other languages. We have more than 1 billion words in the text collections. It is quite a lot. And the Sketch Engine can handle these data. It's still able, you are still able to search, do fast searches in such large text collections. So to have show you some numbers, we have 400 corpora for 82 languages. It's in the middle of this year. More than 100 corpora contain more than 100 million tokens. It's already quite a large text collection if it contains more like 100 million tokens. And for example, the largest collections bigger than 1 billion tokens, we have more than 30 such collections. We can look at some statistics for user data. So per language. So if we sort it by number of text collections, by number of corpora, we see that English is the largest in this list, but also French and Spanish and Russian, Italian, German, Arabic corpora are quite frequent. All these are made by users, not by us. When you work with Sketch Engine, you can use a lot of preloaded corpora, but users can also, as I've shown to you, create their own corpora, and these are numbers of these corpora per language. So a lot of languages, and you can create corpora in Tibetan, Tatar, Latvian, Esperanto. And as for the parallel corpora, you've seen the list already. If I go back, I will open it again. Parallel corpora. Currently, we have the biggest parallel collection is Opus. We have also DGT translation memory processed, and Europarl, and one of the latest versions in all languages. Okay, it will be better when I sort it. DGT, Europarl, Opus, and we are working at the moment on preparing other corpora like Eurolex and DCEP corpus. I will mention it later. And now I want to show you a terminology extraction. I said that usually you want to build domain-specific corpus, small but focused text collection to extract a terminology from it. Terminology extraction in a sketch engine is using a hybrid approach. It uses a combination of linguistic rules and statistic analysis together, and it's currently available for all these languages. So some of the of European languages and also the big languages from the world like Chinese, Japanese, Russian. And in the next demo, I will show you how the terminology extraction works. So we have created a corpus for music. It's this one. It's quite small. It has something like 50,000 words. Sorry, but we can look at it and try to extract terminology from this corpus. To extract the terminology, we need two things. First, we need to be able to process the text data morphologically. We need to generate basic forms, lemmas, and to assign part of speech information to the words in the corpus. The second thing we need is a reference corpus, because we need to compare the occurrences, the frequency of terms, of phrases in our small text collection, compare it with some much larger general corpus. Here we are using one of our largest English corpus, and let's see how it works. So here we have a list of the most salient, let's say, terms from our small music text collection I've created a while ago. Digital sheet, instrument player, ear location, viola da gamba, it's broken. Again, these results are not supposed to be perfect. It's something like a list of candidates for terminology, which are supposed to be narrowed and polished by terminologists, by translators, pen flute. But we believe that the list is of high quality or enough quality to be a starting point for building a terminology base for a given text collection. In our case, it's a small music text collection about classical music. I can show you an example of terminology extraction from based on corpus I've made from URLs. So these are documents somehow related to copyright in 3 languages. I will start with English language. Let's see how the list of terms, the terminology extraction will work here. So these terms should be related to copyright and were generated automatically. So some of them trademark, mark registration, trademark application are related. Some of them are not, but again, it's a fully automatic procedure. So these are candidates, just a starting list for you to clean up and improve. And also I can show you, for example, the French counterpart of the text, because in URLX everything, almost everything is translated to all European languages, official languages. So here we will see a list of French terms: marché intérieur, régédi, recours, and so on. I don't speak French well, and I'm not an expert for copyright within the European Union, so I can't tell you if there is a lot of terms related to copyright, but I believe that there will be a sufficient amount of them in this list. Okay, so another feature is bilingual terminology extraction. So the monolingual extraction worked for a given corpus. What you needed was a reference corpus in the same language. Here, for bilingual terminology extraction, we need a parallel corpus. We need 2 text collections which are aligned, translated. One is translation of the other, and are aligned on sentence level or paragraph level. It's still an experimental feature because we are still tuning it, but it works already in Sketch Engine, and you can use the results. One thing I forgot to mention: when extracting the terms, you can save the results. Here you can save the results as TBX, so you can directly import this information, this list, into CAT systems or terminology management systems. So here I will show you a demo how the bilingual terminology extraction works. So what we need is a parallel corpus, and I've built a parallel corpus here aligned between English and French. It's quite large. It's not very large, but it's not very small. And if we look at the parallel terms, parallel in word list function, here we see bilingual terminology in French. And when we click on that, we will see a list of translation candidates for the terms which are in both languages for the given text collection. So the text collection contains text related to health care and UNICEF, I think. So some diseases and so on, some other stuff. Here you can see a list of the most probable translation candidates for the terms which occur in both languages. So not just the dictionary of words, but also the whole terms, multi-word expressions are translated here. We are not using any dictionary here. It's again statistic analysis and it's automatic. So important thing to say is that it's again not perfect. You can see that sometimes the candidates are clearly wrong, but many of them are just right. And based on my limited knowledge of French, I think most of these pairs are a proper translation equivalence. And you can save the results as a TBX and as a terminology base and import the result, the saved file, into your tool you are using for terminology management. Is terminology checking. We've heard from some of our colleagues and customers that in the translation process you sometimes need to check the consistency of the translation. If you have terminology base, you want to be sure that you are using it properly, that you are consistent with it. This simple interface I will show you as the demo is intended to for this kind of work. So what you need is to upload a TMX or XLIF file which can be exported from CAD systems, and the relevant term base file. So I've prepared just an example. This interface is not available yet, but it will be very soon because it's already working. We just need to do some checks and evaluations, and then it will be made publicly available if you have the Sketch Engine license. So I've prepared two files for English and Czech. So sorry that you won't probably understand, but I will explain what are the data. The TMX file translations are taken from DGT translation memory. It's just a random file I've downloaded from the official web page for DGT and extracted only English and Czech pair translations from the from the file. And here the TBX is a very small translation base where I've specified a few translations which occur in the TMX. So the TBX was completely made up artificially, but in the way that it will be clear what this tool, the interface, is good for. So once you have uploaded the files, you will see some kind of report of the data, the translation in the TMX, with highlighted problems, inconsistencies. So here in the TBX, I've specified that committee should be translated as what? Commission, which is not right, but that's just for the purpose of this example. Here, it's of course it's from DGT translation memory, so the translation is right. But in the TBX, I specify that VBOR, check translation of committee, should be translated as commission, not as committee. Here, the same. And once the data, the input files were processed, we can find these inconsistencies, because here again, this VBOR should be translated as commission, but in the data it's translated as committee. And you can see that, for example, in Czech we have quite a rich morphology, and we have declinations and a lot of word forms for a given basic form. But in the TBX, I specify that the base form, like in the dictionary, VBOR, should be translated as committee. Here we found that also the non-basic word form is translated wrongly. Also, if the word is in uppercase, the system will find the problem. And vice versa. Once on the left side in English a commission is used, it should be translated as VBOR, not as commise. Of course, it's a bit confusing. It's right that this data came from DGT translation memory, so the translations are right. But in the TBX I've specified that commission should be translated as VBOR. It's written here, and VBOR is not used in this segment from the TMX. That's why the commission is highlighted and with the note as a tooltip. And here, sunscreen products should be translated as slunečný produkt, which is again a bit of nonsense, but created for the purpose of this presentation. Here, slunečné záření is the translation equivalent of sunscreen products. But in TBX, there is a slunečný produkt as a translation, and it's not here. That's why this term is highlighted as wrongly translated. Okay, again, VBOR. So all word forms are highlighted, and all uppercased words are also found and reported as an error. We plan to add a simple export of this report, so you can you can upload the results back to the CAD systems with the highlighted errors and correct them. If you have any suggestions for this interface, let me know, let us know. We are happy to implement it according to the needs of customers, based on needs of users. So that was a terminology checking demo. And one of the last thing I want to talk about is European data, which we are at the moment processing for Sketch Engine. So you can browse the data inside Sketch Engine. The main thing here is the Eurolex, which probably you know, which is a website, official website for all the laws and official documents produced and translated by European Union. And the database of Eurolex contains quite a lot of texts which are usually translated to all official languages. On the website, you can search for some words. So some full text search is available. Let's try the copyright again. We will see what documents will be retrieved. And here, when you click on a given document, you can look how it's translated, for example, from English to, say, Spanish again. And you will see the two texts aligned next to each other, quite a large text. And there are millions of these documents in Eurolex database, but you cannot simply extract terms from these texts using this interface. It's simply not possible. So we decided to download all the data which are in Eurolex database. It's possible because anyone is allowed to download any data from Eurolex and use them. That's why we've started to building quite large Eurolex database, and we'll put it very soon in a sketch engine. It's almost 10 times bigger than any other European multilingual resource. So it will be quite a large resource which wasn't available before. Here you can see how many documents are aligned between a given pair of languages. So there are approximately 50,000 documents translated between Swedish and Czech language. Obviously, the largest languages are Danish, English, French, German, Italian, the languages which became official languages earlier than the other languages. For example, we are part of European Union, Czech Republic, from 204, I guess, and only after this year all documents have been started to translate it to all other official languages. So there is substantially less documents translated to and from Czech language. But these are only document counts, so you can imagine, or you probably can't imagine how large is the data we are processing right now. All the combination of pairs, all the languages will be processed by our tools, as you have seen before. But the resulting corpus, parallel multilingual corpus or text collection, will be quite huge. Okay, I wanted to mention one detail. If you know the IntelliWeb Search, which is quite handy program, you can use it also together with Sketch Engine. I just downloaded a screenshot from the website of IntelliWeb Search, and there is a scale link I've shown you before. The tool is just for quick search of phrases or some small snippets, text snippets in various resources on the internet. So by just some shortcut combination of keys on your keyboard, you can navigate directly to the results for a given query. You can search for the term on Wikipedia, in various dictionaries and also in Scale, and even in your own text collection in Sketch Engine. So to conclude what I've been talking about, I've shown you state-of-the-art software which is used by many institutions, by scholars within linguistics, lexicography, and we believe that it should be used also by terminologists and translators, because it offers quite a lot of handy features which might be very helpful for your translation and terminology management and procedures. We are open to collaboration, so if you think we can work together on some special tool using our tools, we can start the collaboration. We are quite a small company, so it's possible to be flexible and to work together with customers on tailored solutions for them. What we plan also is to integrate some of the Sketch Engine features into SDL and Killway products using plugins, but it's just future work which is need to be done. We also are experimenting with automatic terminology hierarchy relations extraction between terms in your text collection, and also in definition finding. Usually, if you look at Wikipedia or on the internet in general, it's quite probable that you will find for a given term a definition. It sometimes, or usually it can be done automatically. So we are experimenting and working on this too. And also we are already tried to find translation candidates without any translation. So based on your corpus and your text collection, it's sometimes possible to find a translation to a given language without a parallel text collection, just based on the statistical analysis of collocations of your term. So these are things we are working at the moment. We hope that we will have some results very soon to show you. To stay in touch, you can follow us on Twitter or Facebook, or in general, you can look at the website www.sketchengine.co.uk. If you have any questions, you can send it to the inquiries, or if you have any technical question, if you want to help with something when using Sketch Engine, you can send an email to support@sketchengines.co.uk. But this address is enough to know. Okay, I think that's all from me. And now it's time for you. If you have any questions related to what I've said, I will be happy to try to answer them.
Wow, thank you very much, Vit. That was great to see your work and a small company with very big ambitions. I mean, impressive to see the things that you have in the pipeline. Really good.
Thank you.
My participants, do you have any questions for Vit? But probably they are going, if they have questions, they are going to type it in the chat. So probably they need a little bit time. And in the meantime, I have also a pair of questions.
Yes, go ahead.
Let's have a look, because I am not such an expert in term extraction, but I think it's first of all, I think our participants are really looking forward to your Eurolex corpus, because as you have seen in the participants list, you have a lot of them coming from the European Commission. So I suppose that would be a great add-on, and they are working with SDL. So if you manage to put the SDL part together with the Eurolex part, I think they would love it. Yeah, and secondly, this is a great add-on for our Unit 2 for Element 2 for our element on terminology extraction. And talking about that, we have some slides in our presentation talking about the concept of silence and noise when doing terminology extraction. And my question is, do you have any feature or function to perhaps create a word lists that should be avoided when doing the corpus analysis? Things, for example, things like grammatical things like the and or that could be, I think, interesting.
Yeah. I forgot to mention that when you are working with word lists and terminology extraction in Sketch Engine, you have some options to apply. You can filter the results by frequency. You can also upload your own blacklist, which will be filtered out. And for all our languages which are supported by Sketch Engine, we have such lists of the most frequent words. So sometimes it's called stop lists, including, yes, what you said, and, or, that, and the things which will very probably won't be part of any terminology. Yes, good question. Yeah, it's needed to filter out these words, and we have a list for each language which need to be filtered out. But also you can specify your own list of terms or phrases in general which you want to be included in the list, word lists or terminology extraction lists.
Thank you for that. And my second question would be, do you have any, I mean, I am sure you have a feature to export the words list multilingually or bilingually to kind of a format where terminologists can just...
Yes, from bilingual terminology, or you can export the TBX, which is directly importable in CAT systems and terminology management systems. It's very simple to add exports to all word lists and other features for exports to TBX and similar formats, TMX, and so on. But we need to have customers or users which will ask for that. It's not there is no point of implementing it just for fun. So once we have a customer who will need that, we can implement it within days. Basically, it's very simple, very easy.
Super.
Can I ask a question about the export?
Yes, of course.
You said that there was some TBX export. I was wondering what information is exported besides the term or the term pairs.
Yes, that's a good question. At the moment, we are exporting mainly the term itself, and also part of speech, or some basic morphological information about the word. No, that's all. as I mentioned, we are working on generating or extracting definitions and hierarchy between the terms, and this will be included in the export. But now just the term itself and its translation and some basic morphological information about the part of speech.
So nothing from the collocations or anything like that?
It can be exported, of course, but we need you to specify what do you want in the export, because the export is just plain simple for now, for the purpose of interoperability, but we can include any information we have in the sketch engine. So of course, the most salient collocations of the term, its translation, the part of speech of the head of the term, I mean the syntactical head, the frequency numbers, frequency in your focus text collection, in a reference text collection, and so on and so forth. So whatever you want, if you need this information, we will add it into the export. Sorry.
Fine, thank you.
I am already looking forward to our next webinar, just to see what happened next with your company.
Yes, at the moment, I am working on the terminology checking. So we have some customer who will try it and specify what he will need to add into the checking, what files to import, what files to export, what kind of information to export, because that's I'm repeating myself, but we need the customers to specify what they want, then we will do it. But it's hard for us to think about what could be useful in advance. We need to collaborate with customers and institutions and the terminologists and translators, because they know the best what they need. But only after they tell us, we can incorporate this into our tools. So that's the terminology checking, and also we are processing the Eurolex corpus, which is quite large, and because it contains a lot of different languages, we need to accommodate our tools to be able to process such data. But we have all the data already on our servers. We have all the documents, the metadata information about Eurovoc hierarchy, about what institution prepared or created the document, about dates of publication in official journal, and so on. So the data are prepared. We just need to process them properly. So all the features like sketch, word sketch, and thesaurus, and terminology extraction are available for all the pairs. So these are two main developments for the moment.
I had another question about the input formats for the corpora. You showed us how to import HTML, but often when you search for text on the internet, you find PDF files. And they may be more valid texts for special language.
Yeah, you are right. It's possible to. It's possible to import. Okay, I will open the web page. So because there will be the list, it's possible. Oh, sorry. Wait. I will open my corpora and try to enlarge the corpus. Okay, sorry. Once again, here manage corpus, and if I click on add new file, here you can see what is supported. So documents from Word, HTML, PDF, also the zipped file, TMX. I forgot to mention, if you upload a TMX with like 10 languages, here is the special link for that. The sketch engine will automatically create the text collection for each language, align it on as it is in the TMX file. So also TMX is supported plain text and XML.
Yeah,
so yes,
fine.
it's possible.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. As I said, you are free to use the sketch engine until February, the end of February. Whenever you find a problem, an obstacle, just drop me an email, or better, send an email to support@sketchengine, because my colleagues are reading the shared email, and we will try to answer your questions, to solve your problems.
Yes, thank you.
Very much, Vit. I think they are going to have some very interesting days playing with your tool around near Christmas, I assume. Thank you very much for your webinar today. Please, if possible, send me your presentation, because they love to have PDF files with everything, you know. I will upload it in Moodle also together with this webinar, and also I will make available not your email, but the email for your colleagues to answer any kind of questions that our participants may have. Thank you very much for putting to our disposal this demo version of the tool.
Yeah, it was a pleasure for me. Also a good experience to give my very first webinar.
Yeah!
So now it will be much easier for the future.
I should let you know, participants, that Vitvaisha had such a great presentation during the International Terminology Summer School that we decided this should be something that we have to add to our online courses as tool demonstration. So the pleasure is ours. Having said that, enough compliments from both sides. I see you this week, I believe, for our next webinar, which is going to be iTerm. Klaus has been talking about iTerm in his presentation when presenting different terminology management systems, introducing iTerm as the tool that the TC37, the Technical Committee for Terminology work at the ISO, is using to manage their own terminology, and I am really looking forward to this presentation. So I invite you all to join us for the next presentation. I thank you all for being today with us. Stay tuned. I will send you, as always, emails and more and more and more information. Thank you. See you in the next webinar. And with this, I think I'm going to close this
have a nice day, all of you.
for us.
Same to you.
See
Bye
you,
bye.
Hanne. Thank you, Bit. Tschüss, all participants.
Bye bye.
Bye.